wages by various means. One of
the airlines first.
Well, not only that, the big deal was to get rid of unions, make unions similar to communism. And communism, we all know, is a terrible word. It's been around since around before World War II as one of the worst things mankind ever invented.
Yes.
So you don't want to be called a communist. So by being a unionist, you were getting pretty close. And that prevailed all through the 70s and 80s. And then, as you just mentioned, Reagan broke the union for the airplane deals. And that really mushroomed from that point on. Any smart young man wouldn't have anything to do with a union. Then they all the other programs that they had going in those years, the Republicans and the big money.
Why did Reagan do that?
Huh?
Why did Reagan do that?
Why did he do it?
Yeah.
Oh, because of the pressure from the big money interests. If you want to get reelected on your next term, we'll give you $100 million to make certain of it. I say, Washington is filled with the best politicians money can buy.
Yeah.
Now that's the deal, and the Republicans have been that way.
Yeah, except Trump.
Well, don't kid yourself.
Yeah.
I can't believe that, because the Republicans have been saying for years that they were against illegal immigration. Yet nothing happens.
Yeah.
Reagan signed the deal allowing all the 3 or 4 million illegals at that time, back in '86, to become citizens.
Yeah.
They say one thing and they do the other.
Yeah.
And of course...
Well, I'm just thinking he can't be bought out.
Huh?
I'm just thinking he can't be bought out.
Can't be bought out?
Yeah. Trump.
Trump?
Yeah.
Well, yes, he can. he claims he has a lot of money, but there's some doubt about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he's counting all of his investments. Well, to get the money out of the investment, he has to sell the property. Well,
yeah.
It's just like saying, I got $500,000 in this house. Well, fine.
You don't have the money. Give me the money. Give me the money.
To get the $500,000, I got to sell the house.
Yes.
And then go out and rent a house for $5,000.
Yes. Right.
So, I just don't trust. That's what the quandary's about, this election.
Yeah.
I don't want to vote for Hillary because of what she's been doing.
Yeah.
And her screechy voice. and I don't really want to vote for Trump because I don't trust him. And because I think he's also a kook. He's so unorthodox, I don't know what he's going to do.
Yes.
And but I'm afraid he's going to perpetuate the big money program of bringing in illegal aliens to work for cheap wages, and the result that we're where we are now. The big business, you see, has fled the country.
I know.
And that's where the big money came from back in the after World War II. That's why America was able to build all roads and do all the goddamn things that they did back in the 50s and 60s. And everyone seemed to think it was prosperity. Wages were going up. And I mean, it was the greatest time in the world that we'd ever seen.
Yeah.
compared to back in the 30s.
Yeah.
And so we had to, big business decided they couldn't tolerate this any longer, paying out what they considered too high a wages, which meant that their profits were being lowered.
Yeah.
They couldn't afford that extra mansion down at Palm Beach,
Yes.
like their grandfathers had back in 1895.
Yes.
It was just to them they could only afford just two brand new Cadillacs, maybe one Rolls Royce,
Yes.
instead of 3 or 4.
Yeah.
like what's his name, that comedian that we visited up in his home up there?
Harold Lloyd.
Huh?
Harold Lloyd.
Harold Lloyd.
Yeah.
I mean, the money he was making back then.
25? When was it?
In the 20s, yes,
Okay.
in the silent era,
Yeah.
before talkies, back in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
The movies were just great. And they had to pay these people big bucks at that time. That
Yeah.
was big bucks. Whatever it was, the figure, it seems small now.
Yeah.
$1 million back then was like 20 million now.
Mm-hmm.
And to prove it, just look at the house he built,
I know.
just for making a few movies.
Yeah.
I mean, that was going on in private industry, all the auto industry, the electrical industry. These people, Henry Fords and stuff like that, and the big banks, and
Vanderbilt.
big department stores.
Yeah. Woolworth.
These people who owned them and operated them, they were just rolling in money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the movies back in the 30s, it's interesting to watch some of them. They play them occasionally.
Yeah.
Movies, say, from 1935, 36. And they'll like to make movies showing rich people. Who's interested in going to see a movie of poor people?
Yes.
So the rich people they showed, they all had beautiful clothes,
Yes.
went out shopping. They showed them going out shopping, buying hundreds of dollars. Back in $100 was like 10,000 now.
Buy stuff. Yes.
And they made it up this way, and then they drive home in their big chauffeur-driven Rolls Royce.
Yes.
Go in the big gates opening up, allow them to go into their driveway. Take half an hour to go down the wrong driveway to get to their house.
Yes. Like Hearst.
Yeah. Then they go out and have a cocktail by the swimming pool.
Yes. Didn't you do that?
And that's how everyone lived.
Yes.
And the people that paid 10, 15 cents to go in and see that,
Wish.
they felt better.
Yes.
And that's what they want to return to, you see. So big businesses, they made these agreements so that big business could take their manufacturing facilities over to Mexico or China, where the people only got,
Pennies.
1/10 of what they got here for wages.
Yeah.
And that's what we lost.
I know.
That big tax that those people contributed
Yeah.
back in the 50s, when all business was in here, and they employed people.
Yeah.
So that's the big change that's gone on. And that's why I'm going to doubt if we'll ever see it again.
Yeah, I
That
know.
we're just going to be like these Central American countries, these down in South America, where you have 1% of the population live in mansions, and the other 99
Poor.
and looking up ways to come to America.
Yeah.
That's the big thought. Come to America where you can get quite a bit more. And that's why there's such a problem.
Well, we gave jobs to. They went away to Mexico, right?
Huh?
We gave jobs to Mexico, right? So won't they stay there?
Yeah, well, we did do that back in about the 60s and 70s, I guess, closer to the 70s. They called them right along the border, stretching. They had a certain name.
No, but didn't Volkswagen or something move to Mexico or?
No.
Oh.
This was a special area set aside inside the border of Mexico, but close to the border.
Oh, Ensenada?
And they made special provisions that the people who built factories there and employed the Mexicans could export their products to America.
Okay.
Make it nice and convenient. The Vesquera or something. They had them right there, and that was one attempt to try and alleviate the unemployment in Mexico. And then it did help, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Because they had such huge populations in Mexico.
I know.
Mexico is Catholic, you know. You know the Catholics about population.
Yeah.
There's something like been over 100 million people in Mexico. They figure, and that's in spite of the fact that 40 or 50 million have come over here. They still got 100 million. Because each family, poor or not, they're going to have children.
Yes.
And usually 6 to 8. If you haven't got 10 children, there's something wrong with you.
Yes.
I mean, it just shows the stupidity.
I know.
Why in the hell would a couple who have absolutely nothing, their parents had nothing, all their friends have nothing, why would they have 10 children?
They send them out to work when they're 5.
Right. I mean, talk about stupidity.
Yes.
But the church, the Pope, tells them to do that. And they're good. They're good people. You're good.
Yes.
You know, I was just thinking, I put that hot water tank in here just last week, or at the beginning of Monday.
Right.
And it was 13 years old. Does that ring a bell?
What was the date?
Huh?
What was the date on it?
03.
I know.
January 03.
January. Cooler's February 14th.
Right. They both went. Isn't that strange?
Yeah. Gosh.
So, I hope Cooler has gone to a nicer place.
Yeah.
Where she can run like a deer.
Yes.
Well, non-walking day or walking?
No, I'm not walking.
Not walking?
No.
Well, it's supposed to get 2 degrees cooler today.
It is?
That was the latest word.
Feels
Instead
hot.
of 103, it's going to be 101. Isn't that nice?
I heard 104.
You know what it was in Cambria?
64.
67.
Oh, a heat wave. Gosh. Crazy.
No wonder Hearst built that place there.
Yes, he knew. Lola, what are you